Hello everyone and welcome back to the second Zerg tutorial sponsored by Alienware, and we are here to continue our learning of the Zerg race to further our skills within the Starcraft 2 ladder as we get ready to immediately jump in. There's not too much to talk about before we get underway with part number 2 here. One thing to note is that of course we finished rank 1 last time, now rank 4. Did decay a little bit our ranking, but nevertheless we are ready to rock and roll with part number 2. We won every single game last time, and hopefully we'll be able to do the same this time as we now begin by pressing the finding match or find match button. Things to note that we are going to be opening pretty much the majority of games spawning pool first against Zerg, against Protoss, hatchery first against Terran. The reason why we don't open up the 14-14 as previously in the old tutorials are, well, simply because you don't need to get Zergling speed out as fast as you used to do. Because the maps used to be really small, you used to need to get speed out because everybody kept on attacking you and you kept on dying really fast. But now the maps are big, as we can see Daybreak here, a nice big 2-player map, so we can go spawn and pull into hatchery. The probability of players using aggressive builds against you is really low as well, so you don't have to worry too much about being ultra defensive. If you do get Zergling speed out earlier, I mean, it's not a mistake, you can do it, but it does affect your income a little bit through having the extractor down early. That's a loss of a drone, through putting the 3 drones into the extractor as well, when they could all be mining minerals. So already we are going to send off our initial drone to the opponent's base. We're going to then just keep on droning up, and we've got already F1 and F2 done, and now we're going to go ahead and shift F3 as previously, to make sure that we have all these bases hotkeyed up so you can skip between 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, as we kind of worked on a little bit last time. Our game plan here, or your game plan on Daybreak as a Zerg against Protoss here, like I said, spawning pool initially, then you're going to be going straight into the hatchery on the natural, and then you're just scouting, droning, and then you've actually got a couple of targets to hit against a standardized Protoss. Especially if they open up hatchery, I mean Nexus first or Forge into Nexus, is you should be droning until 6 minutes, which is when you take the first double gases inside your main base. At 7 minutes, you go for the Roach 1 and Evolution Chamber, and you can add on another 3rd and 4th gas. So you can start to really increase that count. Oh, this overload, sorry, needs to be to the natural. So with those targets, you can already start to build an image of how you're meant to be playing this match out. But, you know, that's not necessarily going to be the case if he doesn't play how you usually expect him to play. For example, if he there opens up for, let's say, Gateway or something along those lines, then we need to be adapting a little bit harder. Such as getting speeds a little bit early, because a Gateway opening could mean aggression. One thing we didn't do was drone scout. That probably is a mistake in this video, because of course you want to be able to get across to see what he's doing. Last time we played against a Protoss, he cannon rushed us, so but anyway, it looks pretty standard so far. We have the drone going down. We will be trying to place that hatchery immediately. As soon as he's out the radius, you can try and put it down. If not, just continue to attack in. If that happens, go build it down here. I'm actually going to build an overlord immediately now, because he should be trying to block this off as well. Okay, that was easily done. So we do have an overlord just built a little bit earlier. That means not too much. That's basically the distance. Sorry, the pylon, that's what it's caused us to build a pylon. We lost 100 resources. We had to throw it in somewhere. So now we do have a hatchery coming down. We see he's gone Nexus, then Forge. So alright, he's opened up pretty standard so far. All we're going to be doing now is droning. We got a ling, or a set of lings that come destroy this pylon, and we will be expanding to there in just a couple of moments' time. So we can even pull the drone down and get ready to do that straight away. We will have a queen ready to go. We've got an overlord from the natural moving to the 3rd base to cover, because when you build a structure, you actually don't have too much sight range on it, as you can see. So we want to know if there's a pylon or cannon around the back where we can send our lings immediately to. So now we can go build our 3rd hatchery, and there is a pylon being constructed, and cannon, or cannon should I say. So we're going to go ahead and send these 2 lings down, and we will attempt to save this hatchery. We're not going to cancel it. We're going to build this, bring this down, and we're actually going to continue to build lings from here. We do not want to let that hatchery fall down, So that's our plan. So Overlord and a handful of lings. One cannon may get up, but we're going to have enough lings and a queen from this new base in a minute to bring that down anyway. We can get some damage done to it, but we will have to back off. So we back off now, and we do have lings coming. We keep these alive, and now we just wait for all the lings to come down. We built a total of 8 maybe, or 10, which will be enough to kill one cannon, and he will not get the kill on this base. So already we can actually start to see the difference between players. We are already having somebody go Nexus first into trying to kill our third base, but now this is dead anyway. So we can continue to drone now. I had an Overlord building back at home, so this is going to fall down, and unfortunately for him, it's not going to work out. So now we just go on droning, and he built 2 cannons, a pylon on the natural, and didn't really accomplish that much. And all we've been doing is droning behind. So things are looking pretty good for us. Control F1, F2, F3 to get to all these bases. And as I said earlier, we want to be taking gas at 6 minutes, but because of all this, like I said, he spent 100 minerals on a pylon on the natural. He spent 200 total, 350, 500 total now in resources just to slow us down. So we're going to wait until the 7-minute mark. So we just add on an extra minute in waiting time and say, all right, that's 500 resources you spent. That means you're going to be a little bit slower. So why don't I adjust myself around you? And then we'll just continue to scout. So we're now going to add on the gases at 7 minutes. Oops. And then we're still droning, we're still going around building overlords and so on. Chronobuster and out Stalker. Let's just retreat with our 2 lings and continue to drone. There's no reason to do anything else at the moment. At 8 minutes, we're going to be adding on the Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber while droning up to a really nice count. So let's get into the gases and send out another Overlord, and then just continue to drone again. And now as we're very close approaching in, we know exactly what we're going to do. A gas is taken already. 2 gases. So let's try and get in to see what's going on. As we throw down a Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber, a minute later, extra gases, a minute later, then we, set ourselves out to be building them. A couple of Overlords. We can now go to layer with this first initial 100 gas. And we're pretty much done. I mean, we're really set up nicely. We've got a great drone line as we're now checking. We'll continue to build drones. And now we're going to get into these gases on the natural as they complete. One other thing you need to do in this circumstance is add on a macro hatch at 8:30 here. An extra minute again. So we go in and see what's going on. A robo and a bunch of gateways. So this looks like it could be very much so the immortal style of push. So against that, all we're going to be doing is building a lot of units. So we get Zergling speed now. We're going to just start building our roaches. And that's all we're going to do. So robotics facility, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways in total. 5 gateways in total. And that's fine by us. So now we just go around lava injecting, building overlords. And at this stage of the game, you are building overlords in like 4s. Because roaches take up a lot of supply. So you're just building a lot of overlords. You can get roach speed immediately on. We got an overlord here to spread creep to deny a base. And we're just going to continue to build roaches. And the goal is just to try and max out as fast as possible. And, it's really not that complicated. All you're doing is building roaches. You open up your supply by 70, so you can just build a lot of roaches immediately. And all you're doing now is lava injecting and pressing SR and just maxing out. If you do have excess minerals over gas, just build some links and then change that over. So we do have a handful of units over here, so just pull the drones back and the queen, and then send them back to working immediately. And try and save the queen, if not, rebuild it, and just keep on building units. So we have an aggressive pylon out now, so let's use those units we've just now made to go and prevent these assaults from coming in. If you want, you can pull the dead one back, and just keep on going. So maybe there's a pylon up here which we didn't see. So we're going around lava injecting. Oh, there's the pylon. And that's going to fall down. And then let's go over here. More roaches incoming. That's a lot of roaches though. So I'm a little bit worried in terms of where is his gas? Where is his gas going? It's a little bit weird to know that he's building nothing but zealots. But where is the gas? So we're building overseer to go find out while going around and lava injecting, getting that new queen working again. And let's go in and find out. We can get this probe. So let's find out where his gas is going. Is it into Robotics Bay for Colossus? Another gateway, and Immortal. Alright. So now we're just going to waypoint over to his base, and we're just scouting around 1, 2, 3 more gateways. So he's at like a total of 8 gateways now, or something along those lines. So as we need more gas, as this woman keeps shouting at me, let's go ahead and take more gas. And you can put pressure on. 3 models at home. Let's bring down the forge. Let's back off and bring down the zealot and cybercore. Keep building roaches, and then we just come back again. So just putting a bit of pressure on the front door. And as this woman was shouting us to take gas, she wants you to go infestation pit. So you do drone up a little bit more towards this third base and just get in there. So you can go up to infestation pit and obviously get ready to build those infestors. So, I mean, I haven't really concentrated too much on playing fast or, you know, spreading creep all over the place. Lava injects could be better. Money's a little bit high. You can throw down, you know, another macro hatch. You come in, you can snipe something else of his. Make him waste a couple of force fields. Yeah. So, things looking pretty smooth for us now. And with that infestation pit finishing, pathogen glands immediately. He's on 2 base, not 3. You come in and you just attack move now, pretty much, because you can replenish what we're about to lose. Huh? So get in there, bring everything down. You can even squeeze your way in. And now this is pretty much over, unfortunately, for this guy who tried to model all in us. But we can see the skill level rising already. I mean, we're only 2nd episode, and this guy, you know, kind of knows how to play. You know, he's not terrible. He's got a good gist on how to play, but, you know, we're just a little bit stronger. So now we're going to pull all these units down and GG gold. So there's game 1 of today's episode number 2, which was basically focusing on macro, focusing on how to hit. Well, I mean, lava injects are just going around F1, F2, F3, F4, and then getting the queen and pressing V. My method is maybe different to your method, whatever your method is. Mine is just habit, mine is just personalized on how I like to lava inject. But as long as you're hitting those lava injects, I don't care how you do it. And another key point in that style, which of course I'm sure you're going to rewind and have a look at again, is making a lot of overlords. Making overlords is crucial. You're only on 4 gases. You do not have a lot of gas to build nothing but roaches. Sure, you can build nothing but roach and lings, but why don't you use that excess mineral count, especially if you're nailing your lava injects, to go ahead and produce a lot of overlords, so you don't need to worry about that while you're trying to produce a big army, waiting for that gas to come in, so you can have a good roach army. Zerg vs Zerg on Daybreak is our 2nd game here, and we're just going to go ahead and F1 all around. And as we F1 all around, we're now going to be able to just know that we have all the locations done already. That's the first thing you do every single game, and then you come back to build drones. You come back to focus on your strategy and your plan. And our strategy and plan for this game is going to be spawning pool first. We're playing against a Zerg player who could use an early spawning pool against us, so we need to be a little bit careful. Got an overlord going to his main. We will get back into the rhythm of drone scouting. That's something I didn't do previously, and I strongly recommend you do that every single game. So we have an overlord making, and the 10th drone, excuse me. And then as this overlord pops, it's going to build a handful of drones again, and then one of these now is going to be the scouting again. So we send that scouting drone off. Our 2nd overlord is headed straight zip line to our opponent's base, because we want to get a line of overlords. In Zerg vs Zerg, always a line of overlords from his natural to your natural, so you can see any lings that decide to run at you, basically. So we're going to be going 15 spawner pool again. Very safe opening on a map this big. On smaller maps, maybe you want to go 14 spawner pool, maybe 13 spawner pool, because on the smaller maps, 6 pool, 7 pool, 8 pool, 9 pool, 10 pool are all viable for your opponent to use against you. But if you have a 13 or 14 spawner pool, your lings are going to pop as his arrive, so you're going to have a great setup to defend against that. Our follow-up is going to be hatchery. On the natural, we see no hatchery from him. We will send down our drone at 200 minerals, remember. And let's find out what's going on. So we see a very early extractor, a very early spawning pool. So what you've gone, he's gone spawning pool extractor. If you compare the spawning pool timings, that's something you may want to do. His is at 90%, ours is at 90, a little bit slower. So his is a 14 spawning pool into maybe 14 or 15 gas. So that's how to read his build, just by comparing. Because ours was a little bit slower. Ours was on 15 supply, so you can put 2 and 2 together. So let's go immediately for a queen. And unfortunately, I did build one too many drones, so we're supply capped. If that happens, grab a drone, build an extractor, cancel it, and then build the overlord. So you got the queen being built. The focus right now is on not building lings because he has a faster spawning pool, because it doesn't matter. Your queen will deflect a handful of lings. He will be expanding slower than us though. So all we're going to do now is build queens and drones. That's only 2 zerglings. You do not need to worry about that. You're going to have a couple of queens out in a minute. We do need an extractor though. That's something that is a little bit late in this game. But to compensate for our later gas, we can very easily throw down an earlier spine crawl on the natural, for example. Alright, so our first queen is out. We're going to lava inject the center of the natural, and while transferring a handful of drones. Look at the minimap, and we have a spread of overlords where we can see his movement. So we're going to be going for 3 queens. We're going to be getting into the extractor, and we will be adding on a spine crawler soon, because we know that he's got a much faster gas than we have, which means, of course, that he will be able to go ahead and be aggressive with zergling speed a lot earlier on. So we have the spine crawler coming down. We saw the 2 lings move. I don't know if you did, but I did on the minimap. So we know they're coming out now. Let's continue to drone up. Continue to hit these lava injects. So right now, we're going to keep on building drones. Because I still don't think the need to build lings is necessary, because he has not sent a big wave across the map yet. We can get a creep tumor down. And we also want to be getting speed immediately. So as soon as you get 100 gas down, speed is done. Keep on droning though. You can now, as you see, the drone's quite heavy on this main, so waypoint all your drones to the natural from now on. Alright, where is this overlord popping from? Nowhere. Come on. Show me an overlord. Okay, no. So, mistake. Overlord capped. Immediately now, at 50 gas, we need a Bailey Nest to come down, and there's the zergling speed from him. So I'm going to start to build lings now, because at any moment, he could run across with 1,000,000 lings. So we're going to start to build some now of our own. And we also want to scout, because our zergling speed is on the way. We need to find out what exactly he's doing. Our next plan will be to stabilize in this game past ling bailing. So shortly we will be wanting to add on or go to layer and add on more drones and start to rush towards, or not rush towards, but to head towards a roach warren and evolution chamber, which we can do shortly. Layer first always, because you always want to be able to tech up fast in this game. You don't want to throw down a roach warren and evolution chamber, because if he's gone layer now the same time you have, you could be in trouble, because you will not have anti-air out in terms of the infestors. You fall behind too far in tech. But now we're going to be able to add on all the gases and a roach warren and evolution chamber. Couple of drones. Oh, couple of lings in the middle. Let's go find out if he's expanded while droning, because adding on 3 gases means that you have to put 9 drones into the extractors, which are 9, not mining, from your mineral lines. So you need to replenish those. No base has been put down, and let's find out inside his base what's actually going on. So, 2 spine crawlers, no gases on the natural, so he's not teched up to layer an infestation pit or mutalisk yet. He's got a roach warren and lings being made. So he probably is going to come in and attack us, so we're going to get out with our lings and start to build our roach squad as soon as the roach warren is done and get into our gases. So get attack and start to build them. But as you notice, we do not have enough gas yet, so let's build a wave of lings and then an overlord or something, and then we start to build our roaches, because most likely the way he's playing this out is he's going to attack us very shortly, because he should be, because he's got a lot of units, no tech. So that's what we're going to defend for. Maybe more of a couple of banelings just to deflect those initial lings. I do notice in my main base though, the drone count is incredibly low. So I'm going to drone up into my main base a little bit harder than it is currently. So to fill the drone line, because currently it's about that. 8, 9, 10, 11. So not enough drones. We need to be roughly 16 higher, hopefully. But let's build our roach squad now. A couple of overlords do need to be made, so let's make them. But let's get an overseer to keep tabs on what exactly he's doing still, because no second base is down. We saw no layer, so he's not gone up to mutalisk or infestors immediately. Our drone count now looking healthier. Let's morph this overseer to find out. Make a changeling, send it in from the front door, and the rest in the main. So let's now make all those roaches, and we can probably take a third base now, because you're safe. You got roaches, you got lings. We see a double evolution chamber, no upgrades on the zergling, so I suppose they're going to be for the roaches. We can get roach speed, and there is the layer coming down. So really late layer coming down by him. So let's go ahead F1, F2 to hit our lava injects. Still no gases on the natural, so he's still not really looking to tech up. That means he's going to be very mineral heavy, not so much gas heavy. So that means a lot of Zerglings most likely, and some basic roaches unupgraded, because he cannot afford good upgrades for them. Alright, so now let's just keep on building our roach tab up, because we do not need to build drones yet towards this base. We will want to build drones there, and 2 overlords times. I built 2 overlords first, and he's now taking a 3rd base. And what we're going to aim towards now is we get +2 attack, but if we look at that 3rd base, let's build drones now. If we start to build drones now, they will get there as that finishes, so we can actually saturate it before it's done, or get ready to saturate it before it's done, if that makes sense. Let's keep creep spreading and send this overlord down, and send the queen down. And now we're just going to continue with the next lava we're about to have to build more drones towards this base. Because we had a lot of money earlier, I invested in a macro hatch. Ling's still at 0-0, so I guess that he's upgrading roach missile attacks. And as you see, the drone's pretty much there as that finishes up. You can get a queen, you can get a couple more overlords, and you're really good. And with that 3rd base going down, you immediately know you have access to a 5th and 6th gas, so the infestation pit comes down. So you can grab the gases now and continue to drone up over to there. So we try and spend our lava when we can, when we're not supply capped. With more overlords popping, let's do that now. So all we're doing now, focusing on our game, checking his base. We're ahead in terms of gases on the natural, drone count on the natural. So we are in the lead. We don't really need to attack or be aggressive. But we are going to continue to drone up towards this base to make sure that we have enough units to go into the gas and saturate the minerals. So as we now continue to drone up, we're pretty much done droning over there. And now we're going to build roaches again. Our roaches are looking really good. They're coming towards 2-2. And we can move out with a very simple +2 timing. Even though we could probably go and kill our opponent now, why not just keep on adding on roaches, just going around lava injecting. We're going to hit another lava inject on the natural. We can hit one in the main. We can hit one, not on the 3rd yet. So let's build roaches now, and we can make our movement across the map. We can get pathogen glands, and then as soon as that is 50% done, we can then build the infestors as well. So let's now make an attack towards this 3rd base. He's got Lings coming. They do have +1 carapace. And we have a lot of units. And as you can see, we have a lot of money because we have a good economy now. And as the pathogen glands gets closer and closer to 50%, you can start to build the infestors. So we'll just wait now, and then we'll build all these infestors. I just heard an upgrade finish, so let's go ahead and build carapace. And then let's build all the infestors now. So there are all our infestors coming to help after this. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, we have a dinosaur in the main. So let's go ahead and send some units over there. But I think he's a little bit too occupied with this, which is this. And he's got 1-1 upgrades, we have 2-0. But unfortunately he does lose his dinosaur. We'll just leave a handful of roaches there. But the thing is, we, even though, are going to probably lose this fight because he has macroed well, and this is Gold League, so he's doing okay. Let's go ahead and continue to build up more roaches, and let's take a 4th base at this stage, because look, we have 1,400 minerals, there's no reason not to. We've got all of our infestors now, which is looking to make us really strong. If you want to go up to another level in this game, add on a Hydra Den, so you can actually increase the army composition that you're going to have and make it stronger. If you're still having trouble spending your money, throw down another hatchery. Hatchery and hotkey them all up. And now we see him coming, but that's going to be a bad mistake from him, because now he's going to be attacked by Fungo. And he realizes, tries to back out, and he loses a lot, unfortunately. Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate. So now let's get making all these roaches again, and let's waypoint them across the map as we make an assault, because he just lost a lot of units. Our Hydra Den is done, so let's get range, and let's start to drone a little bit. Oh, wait a minute, I'll send my roaches without the infestors. Let's drone a little bit towards this middle, not too much because you don't want too many drones. We just built a handful. We built like 5 drones towards the middle base, so we can take the extractors as soon as they get there, basically. Alright, so with the infestors coming, let's take another fight. So let's wait for the infestors, roaches, calm down. We've got more roaches over here where you can just attack, move over. And then let's take this fight. He's a little bit scared because he knows that pathogen glands are going to win the game for us. Just because they do so much damage, they get great coverage. And our roaches now will beat his no problem. All you do is have your roaches on attack move and the infestors at the back just hitting their F button when they have energy. And unfortunately for this guy, we have out-macroed him. We got a little bit too much. To keep your infestors safe, you can research... Oh, good game. Apollo. You may know that was me. Of course, you can research the burrow. You can research burrow to borrow them if they get in danger. And I think he played really well. So when he watches this video, I think he did rather well in that game. I think his macro was pretty good. Obviously, I didn't watch the replay to find out his mistakes, but it wasn't a bad play, and I wouldn't have guessed that he was in silver. Okay, let's go on to game number 3. As we now get ready. And I'm sure that guy's going to tweet me later. Or at least see the video later. I'm sorry I had to play against you, but if you watched the first episode, which I'm sure you did, as you can probably know Zerg learning from the first episode, then hopefully that's helped you out a little bit because you looked pretty good. All right, so let's go into the third game now. Hopefully trying to get in at roughly 5 games per episode, and we're on game number 3, and we're playing against a Protoss opponent. So let's see what we're going to get out of this one. So first things first, spread your drones or split your drones and build a new one. It's not Heart of the Swarm. Don't get too excited. They don't do it by themselves yet. So go ahead and do that. Then send an overlord out. Then hotkey up, waypoint the hatchery, shift F1, shift F2, shift F3, shift F4, double tap 3 or press F1 to come back to build a drone. That's the process you need to go through every single game. So it's spread the drones, send the overlord. Oh no, it's build a drone, spread the drones, send an overlord, return back F1, F2, F3, F4. So good luck, have fun. As we go for an overlord immediately. And we will be drone scouting again. And always remember, like game number 1 of the day, to send your overlord after you have the hatchery down and you know it's going to be safe as your spawning pool's completing. Remember to send that overlord from the natural towards the 3rd base. Very important to spot a pylon or cannon like we saw in game number 1. Alright, so we have drone up to 13. We want the 12th drone here, or the 11th or 12th drone. They're twins, so you choose which one you want. And we'll grab this one, and we're going to go scout. So we're going to keep this overlord on natural to check for anything, and we're going to scout to the bottom right because our overlord's going to cover the top for us. And let's see if our opponent's there. We are hunting towards 15 spawning pool. So is he up here? And we can check. And then get ready to press F1. He's up there. I see the crystal shining. So press F1, come back, spawning pool. Send the drone over this way. And then with this overlord, let's get it behind the natural. And there is the probe in our base. So F1 to come back. Let's find out what he's opening up towards. So, forge. Okay. So, just a forge expand. So let's sit on the Nexus location and pull down a drone to expand. So, let's patrol move, which is P on the keyboard. Oops. And let's build our hatchery. Oh, got blocked. Okay, so likewise, just sit there. And then if you can, click it and get it in there. If not, you're going to have to attack move again. So, attack move again. Okay, so he blocks. So let's go ahead and build an overlord like we did before, and then just send the drone over. And then we'll build a queen and a ling. We require more minerals. And then we're going to build the hatchery over here. Remember to send your overlord to that location immediately, because he has not actually built a nexus yet. There's a cannon before. And now we'll continue to drone. So these lings will kill the pylon first, and then go prevent anything from happening to our new base. So continue to drone. I'm going to pull this drone home now because he can build a nexus. He's got a cannon going to kill us anyway. And then let's pull a drone down to kill off this pylon, to help kill off the pylon, and then build a hatchery. So far, a very standard opening. And then as soon as the lings are done here, we're going to go ahead to our other base. And if need be, we're going to have to go ahead and build more lings. Okay, so let's now expand in a second. And what do we have? A cannon being built again. So always make sure to go over there to check for that. So it looks like it's the first cannon, so we don't need to build any more links. If there's a cannon on top, I'm going to be sad. This isn't Heart of the Swarm. So let's build an Overlord, Lava Inject, and come down to the natural. And it is cancelled. So that's going to be a free win for us. And we can even Creep Spread come back. And just keep building drones again. We have an Overlord checking. Here is Nexus. Is it there? Because if it isn't, I'm going to be a little bit worried. Okay, good. Then let's just go check his gases. So now all we're going to be doing, again, is building up drones and a queen for this third base. Unlike the first game, he didn't overspend in... let's transfer to this third base. He didn't overspend money in doing that attack, right? He didn't throw in a lot of money, like 500 resources lost. So we don't need to be super late with our additional gases. So we'll just add it on 6 minutes 30 because he did add on additional pylon. 2 pylons, one here and one there with a cancelled cannon. That, I think we can weigh up to adding on 30 seconds to our gases. And then we're going to be playing the exact same again. So continue to drone. Spread Overlords inside this location too to make sure he didn't build a pylon up there for later usage. And let's just get a Creep Tumor as well. And then we're at 6:23. We're going to Lava Inject everywhere. 1, 2, 3, F1, F2, F3. No gases taken yet. We're going to get an Overlord in the main base. And let's take the gases in the main. 6:30. Just added on 30 seconds for his troubles that he causes before. We have all our hatcheries waypointed to the natural because that's where we actually need to have drones. Because you can see we don't have drones there. Meanwhile, just completely droning up. At 7:30 now, we're going to be adding on a Roach One and Evolution Chamber. Continuing to get this Creep Spread out there. Get into the gases. And then keep droning. Don't need to build units yet. And then coming up to 7:30, let's grab a Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber. Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber. And let's grab the gases on the natural. And the Overlord's going to go in. We see 1, 2, 3 gateways coming down. So he may be trying to do a bit of gateway pressure on early on. I didn't see a pylon in my base or around. We'll check again though. But he should be coming with aggression. So as soon as that Roach one is done, we're going to start building a couple of Roaches because we see gateways finished. We're going to get into the gases on this natural. We're going to keep droning for now, and then we're going to stop. We're going to get the layer out initially. I like to always go layer first because it also gives us the Overseer to further scout and gives us the option to go not just scouting but DT detection. And now let's go ahead and add on Roaches. Those gases were taken incredibly late, so I'm still a little bit wary on what he could be doing, and we will be going straight for an Overseer inside his main base. We are no longer building any drones. We've got good saturation on the natural, good saturation on the main, and good saturation on the third, but without the gases again. So perfect setup to build a lot of units. One thing we're missing is a macro hatch, which can come down now. It's a little bit late, but it's okay. Now let's just add on a bunch of Roaches and Overlords. Alright, so we got the Overlords now coming. Spread these Overlords. Always try to spread the Overlords as much as you can. Just grab them, spread them across, just move them. And then come back, Lava Eject, F1, F2, F3, F1. F3 is almost ready. You can go F2, F1, F2, F1, F2, F1, F2, F1, F3, Lava Eject. And then just build Roaches. One thing we do not see is if he did take a fast third base. That could hurt us a lot because we didn't scout it. We didn't have an Overlord there. We don't have a link there. So that could be our downfall in this game. But despite that, our spread of units is looking good. Alright, so we still don't know what's going on. Let's now build an Overseer to go find out exactly. And let's just go ahead and check with the Overlord and maybe just poke out with these Roaches. But we're maintaining to build 8 Overlords. Screw you, supply block. Say that. When you get supply block, say screw you. Build 8 Overlords. Build 10. And just go up to max. And then freak out that you just spent all your money on Overlords instead of units when he comes to attack you. So now start building Roaches. So it's not that many units. But now we're going to have a lot of capability to build a lot of Roaches because we just built 10 Overlords. Which probably should have been Roaches. But nevertheless, we've got a lot of units now. We can actually take the fight, bring the orange ones back maybe. Well, it doesn't matter. Just get in there. And unfortunately, you know, there's no... Well, there come the force fields, but... That's not really, it's not a large enough army for him. So we get in there and you can just come back, Lava Inject, Lava Inject. You don't really need to focus too much on the army. And Lava Inject. We saw no third base. We see gateways, Blink on the way as well. So with Blink on the way, to trap the Blink, take the gases and go for the infestation pit. Exactly the same as game number 1. You just rinse and repeat always over. You want to waypoint all the orange lines of drones towards your third base, because we're about to go ahead and take the gases. So we need to replenish those guys that are going to jump in. So build, what's that, 12 drones, so we can saturate the minerals and also get into gas. Fine. So we get into gas. Fine. Where's that pathogen? Where's that infestation pit? Oh, I didn't build it yet. Okay. Get +2, and with that on the way, you just go straight for the infestors again. You know, if you've got a lot of money, throw down another macro hatch. It really doesn't matter. There's no rules. There are no rules on how many macro hatches you should have. Just don't, you know, listen. If you have money, just build a macro hatch and get another queen on there and keep lava injecting. We're going to do the same again. We're just going to poke up and have a look and say, all right, there's a bunch of units. Let's prevent +2 most likely from doing research. So stop that and return back. Now that we have the infestation pit almost ready, we'll go immediately into pathogen glands. I'm purposely not spending my money because I do want to build infestors with that money. So let's just poke up again. More and more units coming, as we can see. So extend the creep. Gonna build a handful of roaches. Okay, we'll leave 30 supply. We'll leave 30 supply for the infestors in a minute. And now we just wait. It's a patient waiting game. Where's that overseer gone? Where did he go? Did I lose him? Where is he? Where's he gone? I've lost my overseer. Maybe it died in the middle. I don't know. Oh, there it is. All the places. There you are. Alright, so now with the pathogen glands more than ready to go, always be building it towards the end. We just queue up a bunch. And you can probably just add in a bunch of links as well. So a bunch of links to fill up 200 supply. As you get 200 supply, you can probably take a new base. You can get down a second evolution chamber if you want to play late. Even though I know the game's going to end relatively soon here. That was actually Zealot Charge, not Blink. So even though we know the game's going to end soon, I mean, you could go Hive still. I mean, there's no reason not to stop you going Hive, and for Aspire to go Broodlords, right? There's no law on that either, that you have to stay on mid-tier tech. Oh, we did not get Zergling speed. That may hurt us. Alright, so let's now get all the units together, and we're going to take one last fight, I suppose, and I doubt he'll survive. So with the second evolution chamber, the reason why we got that is to go to 1-1 for the broodlings, basically. Alright, let's go fight. Let's go take a fight. Just hotkey up this new hatchery. Oh, there he is. So 1, 2 fungals. 1, 2 fungals. New roaches, so 3 SR. 1, 2 fungals, back off. SR, SZ for Zerglings, and attack move in. And he has got blink, so let's go trap those down. And with a fungal, and then unfortunately for this guy, this game's going to be over. So he's running up here. Blinks on our queen, not very nice. Trying to lock these down. Lock and end. Okay, so let's grab everything together again. We've got all the infestors, got a lot of new roaches. He's trying to take a third base, as we can see. It's not going to be the case. Go straight to the Great Aspire. On a new episode, I will actually teach you how to properly spine crawler. But for this level, you don't need to. Alright, come in again and, you know, just attack in. Come back. Denied. Get in there, real close. Get maximum amount of roaches doing damage. Let's just take an attack up his ramp. Okay, GG. So, pretty straightforward gaming once again. As that's game number 3 now done. And I don't think that that's too difficult, even though it'll take time to get into rhythm of doing that. But that's how you need to do it. Those are the kind of targets you need to hit in terms of gases, drone production, overlords. Do not be afraid to build mass amounts of overlords. Try to spread your overlords as fast as you can, as much as you can, and with practice, with dedication, it's easy. It really is, and there's no reason why you can't be able to do that. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright, a Zerg player on Condemned Ridge. I swear to God, I thought I vetoed this. I swear it. I gotta go into the vetoes to make sure they're dead and gone. Alright, so Zerg map, Zerg vs Zerg on a big map here. Usually if I was playing this, if it was my ladder game, I'd be going hatchery first here with an extractor, then very late spawning pool. But on a big map like this, some players in the low leagues are uncomfortable on it and will try to early spawning pool you in anticipation of you maybe going hatchery first. So we still will once again be going for good luck. We again will be going with spawning pool first. So if you do not know this map, I might as well give you an intro to it. It is Condemned Ridge. It's a 4-player map. You can spawn at any location. So bottom left, sorry, bottom right, top left. Those are the 4 locations you can spawn in. Any one of them. So very large map. So we're probably going to be playing relatively aggressive in this game because I do not want to play this a long drawn-out game. So we're going to be going for spawning pool into hatchery on the low ground. Again, we're going to send out a drone scout again, always. We already know that he's not spawned here, unless he sent his overlord north, which would be weird. So we're still going to keep it going just in case of that random off fluke that he did send it north. But we probably know he's not bottom right. So let's send one of those drones, the twins. Oh, no, you're not a twin. You're a twin. Send one of the twins off and continue to build drones. And then we're going for the 15 spawning pool. So drone twin 1 is going to go up to the top left. While, oh, so look, he is over here. So there's the off chance that, you know, he is there. So let's send the drone there immediately. And let's go ahead and go 15 spawning pool. And does this mean that he has a very early spawning pool? It doesn't look like it. The drones are fast on, and he most likely did send the overlord north, which is a little bit weird, because you obviously want to check close by air first. There's an overlord, and we do not have that. He's going hatchery first, so we do not do F1 because I tried to press F1 and I couldn't get there. So let's do this now. And we have a hatchery first by him. Okay, so let's go now and build our hatchery. And we're not going to try to utilize the early spawning pool for Zerglings. We're going to get it for the initial 2 queens. We don't want to do anything weird. Let's take the gas. And now we're just going to save our money for the queen and queen and drone, sorry. Let's pull this overlord to his natural. And the reason why you don't want to utilize it for link production is because are you seriously going to get over there in time before his spawning pool's done? No. So just keep building drones. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of links. So let's get 3 into the gas and keep building drones. As soon as this queen is done, we're going to lava inject and send it down and build another queen. We brought the drone scout back, and we're getting into location in a spread line with the overlords again. So we've got an overlord about to pop. That means we can queue up another queen. Another overlord pops. Let's send it into the conga line of overlords. And then lava inject and send down. Because you obviously want it to lava inject down there shortly. And we can even transfer a couple of drones with that queen now. So let's just send 4 drones. Don't want to send too many. There. So, okay. Setup pretty good so far. Get into that. Get Zergling speed immediately here. He's got a bunch of lings out already, and that 4 lings is 2 drones that he now can't have. So that's pretty bad from him because he doesn't have a fast gas, so he doesn't have speed. We probably will have a faster speed research than he does. So I do not like that I see 4 lings. I think that's a big mistake on his behalf because they could be drones. We're droning up. We haven't built lings, and if he does walk across with 4 slow lings, we have enough time to actually build the lings that we need. So I think that's a mistake on his behalf. We do not need an overlord. There is one coming. Continue to drone up. And let's go ahead and get a baling nest on the natural. So I'll put a baling nest in. Lava inject on the natural. Gonna get another overlord. And then what we're going to be doing is just playing a bit aggressive here. To squeeze in another game before we close this up. So we're going to start our link production.
We require more minerals.
And we're going to try a link baling attack. So it should go well. I don't have any doubts. So keep on building lings. We've got a lot of drones. Of course, we're always going to have the backup plan of, just throwing down more drones whenever we feel like it. And we're probably going to do that with the attack, not to make it a super all-in. Just a bit of aggression. So we're going to keep building drones, lings for now. And then that's it now. I've got a few lings on the way, and we're going to waypoint them across. See, our speed is faster than his, which makes those initial lings useless. So now I'm going to drone. I'm going to drone and take a new gas and throw down a roach warren.
We require more minerals.
Because we're going to attack, but now we're actually going to start to evolve into the next level. So let's mow some banelings. And that's it for morphing banelings. And the rest is just going to be lings. We hit our lava injects, and we continue to drone.
We require
So we
more
want our lings
minerals.
all on hotkey 1, and the banelings on hotkey 2. So let's get in there. We got, just roaches, so we just surround. And let's get the banelings in to detonate on the roaches here, because the roaches are the threat. So, and now we just continue to drone. So, still droning behind. We come back to build maybe layer and an evolution chamber, and he will push this back. So let's get the evolution chamber down. We lava inject. And we got probably a drone lead if I was to watch the replay now. We can poke him with these lings to get a couple of drones. And just build more drones of our own. And then let's take the third and fourth gas. We have a lot of drones down now. And then we can actually start roach production. Because if he shoots across the map, we could be in trouble, right? So let's build the necessary amount of roaches. And we have a lot of drones now, I think, to saturate all gases. So 1, 2, 3 in and 1 out. Get the couple more overlords, couple more lings, and we're gonna just basically go straight for +1 attack now with the next gas. Oh, we didn't get into gas in the main. My mistake, sorry. And he is maybe pushing out with some roaches, but we will have enough of our own now. We want to be building an overseer immediately, or not immediately, now. And then get roach speed and +1 attack. And just drone a little bit more. I think we're good, almost. Just 2 more drones on the natural and we're good. And let's send an overlord to his third base. We can actually go take our third base and send in an overseer to find out what's up, while being able to continue to build nothing but roaches. But so far, he had a pretty good defense against that initial attack. We're going to now check and scout what he's up to, because obviously we want to be scouting a late layer. Alright, so with a late layer, it means roach speed is very late. His +2 attack is never going to be started, so I'm not too worried whatsoever. I'm going to actually hide my roaches. Oh, okay, that didn't work. I was going to try and hide my roaches. No gases on the natural. Oh, dearie me. He is incredibly far behind in this game. I didn't think he was that far behind. Because without layer, without gases on the natural, he does not have the same tech we do, which is going to be Infestation Pit now, which is going to be more drones towards his third base, because he doesn't have roach speed. He can't come and attack our third base. So, that's not so good for him, is it? One thing you may want to do on a map this big is send 1 link to go scout all the bases in case of a proxy location. And we're just now droning up to this base. Maybe a little bit early with the drones this time, but it doesn't matter too much. I mean, it's a small little error, small little mistake, but there's nothing he can do about it, unfortunately. So we just continue to drone up, and then once we get to a good drone saturation, which we're close to being, we'll start going back to unit production. He's got a handful of roaches, no upgrades yet, no pathogen glands yet. We have ours on the way. Getting your queen there, and then we're just gonna macro. You don't really care what he's doing because we have the lead in this game. We're not really gonna drop it. We're not gonna make a mistake, even if he attacks. We've got enough roaches and lings there to push this off. So let's get into gases and just build roaches. I'm a little bit wary of him doing this. I don't know why he's doing it. He's gonna lose everything. We have roach speed. Alright, so we attack him with the roaches. We come back from behind with the lings to keep him there. And with roach speed, we're actually going to kill every single roach. So, massive mistake from him. We have +1 attack as well. And we have all our roaches and new roaches about to come out. And I'm actually just going to waypoint across the map because I think that mistake could have cost him the game. Because I don't think he's going to be able to build drones to this third base. He's going to have to rebuild roaches. And now, if you think about it logically, if he has to build roaches to defend, he's not building drones to this third base, which means we are now 3 bases compared to 2. Which, if you are normal, you will know that that is not good for him. Even though he has roach speed now with our reinforcements coming across, he's in a bunch of trouble. So let's go pick off the queen there. Want to be a little bit careful as our reinforcements actually get there though. And we continue to build reinforcements, and our economy will just give us such a supply advantage that we're going to be able to do this. Yeah. So you can even build infestors a waypoint across there as well. Just make sure you come back to get those injects all the time. So I'm hitting one, I'm microing back, just getting rid of the lings, and then we're going to fight again. and the second with our reinforcements. And then what you want to do, grab all your units, attack move, F1, come back, F2, F3. F3 needs a larva inject, come double tap 1, attack move, F1, larva inject, F2, larva inject, double tap 1, back in. Build your infestors to get across the map to 8 out. Getting close. He does have an upgrade advantage now. So it's something to keep in consideration, but he may not have the numbers. With more and more Apollo units streaming in. Just because we have the better economy. And with infestors coming, that may be lights out for him. Yeah, GG. So, taking advantage, putting it in his face, realizing, just doing the math, saying 3 base versus 2 base, there's no way he can keep up in production. And we pick up a win against a Platinum player. So first big victory in the 2-part episodes already against Platinum opponents. And we're going to play one more game to round us off. Unfortunately, we have not been promoted. We're still in the goddamn Bronze League, rank 1. But things are looking pretty good so far. I mean, we're playing good. We're hitting our Lava Injects, hitting the Overlords. Even though I'm not playing at my usual speed, there are mistakes being made, but that's standard. And now we're going to play Wolf from the GSL. I don't know if he's still in Platinum. He may be. But let's go ahead and GG. Okay. I guess he knew that was me and didn't want to play. Wolf from the GSL is Diamond League. Alright. We picked up a win against a Diamond player. Alright, we'll get him one more then. Because Wolf didn't want to play me. No, that's not your headset. That's me waiting for a game. As we are now getting ready to load in. So far, so good. Hope you're enjoying this this video as we now have another game, our last game of this episode. And it is going to be against a Terran Bobster. Hello, Bobster. Nice to meet you. On Cloud Kingdom. So we, unlike the rest of the builds throughout this episode, will be opening up with a hatch. Oh, excuse me. We'll be opening up with a hatchery first. It is Terran. We will be drone scouting. If he does double barracks, I will show you how to defend it while maintaining an economy advantage. If he doesn't go double barracks, then we're good. Come on, Bobster. Bobby. Bobby. Alright. So, build drone, spread, overlord, hatchery, hotkey, waypoint, shift F1, shift F2, shift F3, shift F4, F1, ready to build the 8 drone. Oh yeah. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Now, if you can do that as fast as I can, then we're getting somewhere. Alright, so let's build 9 drone. Drone waypoint over there. And we're gonna go 9 overlord. Good luck, have fun, Bobby. And build another drone. Alright, so overlord is going to above the natural here. There's this little location which you should all know by now. That's going to give us the sight onto the natural to see if he is doing anything wacky because you wouldn't see the commander center. Alright, so there's the twins being made at the same time, and we're going to grab this one. He's going to go out for us. And this overload, of course, is the natural to protect against any bunker rushes that could happen, 2 racks, you know, so on and so on. With our initial drone, we're going to just check for some potential proxy barracks locations. For example, here, the SCV could have come along this way and could have already planted the barracks down there. So, no, and we're going to check down here outside of the range of the Zelnaga Tower. And then we're going to go hatchery first. So just precautions against double barracks. No, and then we're going to go to his third base. Is potentially another location where they just waypoint in a direct line. And then we hotkey up both hatcheries together. Build one more drone to go to 15. And if it's not there, then it's most likely not a double barracks. Alright, so let's go into the main base. And get ready for a spawning pool. So F1 to come back, grab the drone, build a spawner pool, and then just continue to drone up now until like 17. So he does wall himself in, which does make this very difficult to know what's going on, because it could be still 2 barracks, because with his second supply depot, he's able to continue to build units. We're going to keep this overlord here. We're going to build an overlord and return home with the drone. We have an overlord here to see if he does decide to take the command center, which he's going to do by the looks of it. So we can send this overlord now down and keep the overlord on the above everything, so we can poke in again. Immediately, this overlord is going to go in this direction, just around, just somewhere up this way, somewhere out the way. Queen, lings, and drone, and transfer down. And we will be playing a 4 queen style, so another queen can be made, drone queued up, and we want to poke in to see if the command center's there. No, okay. Something's a little bit fishy. Something smells of fish. So let's send these drones out, these lings out to actually try and scout. It's going to be very hard to get into his main base. We will have 4 queens though. That's going to be really good to defend. I'm even going to throw down a spine crawler because I'm a little bit scared. And if you are scared, it's okay to be scared. It's okay. Let's build another queen on our main. Another queen on our natural in a minute. When we can. And we'll try and get these lings in. Supply depot. Okay, command center, but that's late. Something's wrong. Something's not right. That's not right. Marauder, probably. Hellion. Gas has been taken. Okay, so that's what was wrong. So could be stim, could be combat shields, but we know the likelihood of aggression, most likely. So let's now get double gases. Let's get creep spread going, and let's continue to build drones, because it's not going to come yet. There's no need to be scared yet. We've got an overlord to the back of his base that we can send in again, but we're not taking an early 3rd base, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and continue to drone. We're going to go straight for speed. We're going to get into the rhythm of creep spread now. So hotkey up your queens on 1 and just get ready to creep spread. It's a happy process. A couple more drones, and now just continue to, well, actually waypoint down, because it was fully saturated in the main base now, pretty much. Let's get the gas here. Let's get Zergling speed ASAP, and let's creep spread. Let's creep spread, creep spread, creep spread. So if we see now, we need to be getting down double evolution chamber. We do not need to rush to layer because he's not gone for cloak banshees, which is something you may see quite a lot. And let's send in another overlord. Let's drone up one more time to this new base, and then we are good to build units. I'm going to get down here to creep spread in there. A second gas has been taken. We can take a 3rd base now because we have slowed it down a lot. And let's go in and see what's up. Let's get carapace immediately. Let's get melee immediately. Let's scout what's going on. Still Hellions, more barracks, a starport. Switching up now to what could be tanks, maybe?
We must place that on green.
Okay, Hellion Marauder. Okay, let's keep making these links. Let's go to layer now. Hotkey up this 3rd hatchery. Let's send 1 ling down here to see if he's going to take a 3rd base, and let's try to keep this creep spread going as much as possible. Let's get it going in this direction. Oh, overlords, naughty, naughty. Love object in the main, love object on the natural. No 3rd base, alright, cool. So keep building lings. You don't really need to build banelings. I mean, you could, but we're not going to in this game because we're going to go straight for mass lings, and with good upgrades, we're going to be able to push this back just by sheer quantity. We're also just focused on creep spread right now and coming back. Get rid of these overlords on the top right, spare their lives. We're not going to drone towards this base yet. He hasn't taken a 3rd base. He had no intention to. There's no really need to at the moment. We'll get a queen there. 4 Hellions make their way out. Infestation pit as soon as the layer's done. Infestation pit is key in everything. infestors are basically overpowered. So we're gonna continue the creep spread. And if he's doing something over here, that's fine by us. We're going to surround in a minute. We've got a lot of lings building. Maybe a macro hatch as well, because our money's relatively high, but we still see no third base. Alright, let's go and surround now. Oh, that was it. You can cancel creep tumors if you didn't know. Oh, I'd cancel the queen. Oh, shit. Oops, excuse me. Alright, let's build drones. Alright, infestation pit done. Let's go. Oh, no. Let's go ahead and just get the upgrades for these structures. 2-2. We still see no third base, but we will drone for now because we have a lot of lings out. You can, at this stage of the game, focus on flanks. So you could set up 16 lings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 lings, maybe. Leave them there to counterattack as he moves out. Because he will move out. And we just continue to drone up for now, and we have enough drones. So let's now get overlords across these hatcheries, which is now popping up more lava. And then with pathogen glands on the way, we can immediately go for infestors. So we can pretty much start them now. So let's start them now as soon as these overlords pop. Creep spread is connecting across the map. And now just build infestors. So it looks like he's just going to come with one attack to rule them all, and that's going to be it, because he has not got a third base. It's really, really late here, and with a late third base means one attack, because you don't have enough money to do anymore. So get creep spreading more, just keep on focusing on creep spread. You don't need to worry. If you manage your economy really well to drone up at the right times and fast with doing it, you actually get a lot more free time to do whatever you want. I just built 8 overlords or something to unlock our supply to 200 because we got a lot of resources, just because we got a lot of minerals. We don't need a lot of lings. We're trying to build infestors, right? So maybe you want to send lings to these bases to make sure it hasn't hidden a base, which is highly unlikely, but we're just going to continue to build up. You can go up to hive if you want. You can take a 4th base now. You just play very, very standard. So let's go take a new base. We've got a lot of ling, a lot of infestors, and very well upgraded Zerglings, as he now scouts us going, oh, I did get missile attacks. So he scouts us going hive. He may push out now because he knows that hive is a hard place for a town to be in. Let's send a single Zergling in. There's no need for a counterattack if we're just going to kill him. Get rid of these overlords. Let's hotkey up our 4th base. What is he doing? Oh, so defensive. Alright, so like episode number 1, we're just going to throw some units at him. Because we got a lot of resources. And we got straight for a couple of drones to get on this 4th base. Let's just attack, move in, and get some infested Terrans up there or in there. Because he could be doing something crazy like battle cruisers. I don't know. Try and save the infested Terrans. Don't just throw them away. Let's get them in there, and then rebuild the lings you lost. Okay, so we lost them, but that's okay. Oh. Oh. That's where his army seems to be. I didn't see this, and we're going to lose a hatchery. So that's a little bit sloppy of us, but we will have enough lings to come out, maybe to hold on. We'll need to redrawn up. We can catch them. Okay. Oh. And infestors for the day. Alright, so get back into the gas that you did lose. So 2 in there, and just rebuild drones because you got a lot of money. You're rich. Don't worry about things like drones. Rebuild a queen, get a new queen, get gases, infest the Ultras cabin's on its way. Get these drones back to work. Let's go put some more pressure on. And with the Ultras on the way, that's going to be the end of this game. I mean, this guy tried to drop. We got lings coming out anyway to deflect it. We had infestors on the way home. He's going to try and take a 3rd base now by the looks of it, or will do shortly. Just surround this. He's got 2 torpedoes. Actually, he's going to kill all those lings. So just rebuild them again. And keep lava injecting, F1, F2, F3, F4, and now let's just wait for all the lings to come down. We can get 3-3, we can get adrenal glands, we can get the plating for the ultralisks, and then we're pretty much good to go. We can even start the Ultras production now. So 3 SU, get those coming out in numbers. And then a couple of Lings, and what we're going to do is take another Assault here again, true Zerg style, and this time we're going to use the Infestors so our Lings don't just die. Make sure to have the Infestors on a different hotkey so you don't just lose them. Attack move in, Fungal, Sickest Fungal, Second Fungal, and Death, Fungal, 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 return out, kill these. And then you just build a lot of links, you know, he's sending out another drop. This guy, cheeky guy, sending out drops. Who does he think he is? Gonna have to answer to some Ultralisks as our Infestors make their way across to defend. Ultra's not fully upgraded yet, but neither of the Marines and Marauders. There's SCVs in this drop as well. Alright, so now we're just gonna go end the game. Unfortunately, he's not long for this world. Survivor. Alright, so let's get everything over here now. And just keep making units. You got a lot of money in the bank. You can go, as we did in the previous episode, just build a Great Spire, have kind of a secondary plan here. In case, you know, Ling Ultra doesn't work. We don't really need to wait for the upgrades to kick in just because we have so much. And we just go in, because we can always use the upgrade advantage with the next wave or something. So we now go in, we use the Infestors, target down some SCVs again, target down the Marauders, get them locked in. You can build over even more Ultralisks, just build a bunch more Ultralisks. Get these Lings in. And just keep waypointing across, just got a lot of lava. Just attack moving in. And this guy, unfortunately, is pretty much done. So it's waypoint the last, setting units across. Always do that. Kill all my Infestors. And that's going to be the last game of the day here. So we can now charge the ramp and really get in there and waypoint into the base now. Obviously, we haven't been lava injecting throughout this. If you are good and want to be playing fast, you need to be coming back doing this and then get back into the fight immediately. That's how you want to be playing, a little bit faster, but for the sake of this video, it's not quite hard playing. So we grab everything into the main, and even the SCVs are fighting now, and this seems to be the end of Bobby, our dear Terran friend, who's fighting to his very last breath, and the game is now over. So there's the episode number 2 for you guys. I hope I went through everything really well. Gave you a great insight, some great knowledge on how to play and how to start increasing your skill level. And of course, this is not so much concentrated on just the lower league now. I am trying to increase the level of the in-depth discussions, the playing level, because of course the previous tutorial would have helped you out a lot in that regard. But this is the end of episode number 2. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure, of course, to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which you are watching this on, and also make sure to follow me on Twitter so you can get updates pretty much daily on what I'm up to, when I'm streaming my personal live games, when I'm gonna release the next episode of whichever race is near to be done. So I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Thank you very much. This has been Sean Paul Clark once again, signing off.